what's fluid running? How is it different than even swimming?
The only commonality between swimming
Mm.
and fluid running is that it's in a pool. And
Yeah.
it's funny because I get that people who've known what I do and have my company for 10 years will still say, how's your swimming program going? Like, it's not swimming. So obviously swimming is, you're horizontal. First of all, you're horizontal in swimming, and swimming is majority. I'm a swimmer. Actually, I'm on a master swim team. I swim about
Yeah.
3 days a week. So I love it. I just love being in water. I could live in water, but
Yeah.
that's mostly arms, in your body. There's
Mm.
good. I love swimming. It's a good full body workout, but fluid
Mhm.
running is your vertical, and it's mostly your legs. I say, your legs are what, 3 feet long, and they're moving back and forth in the water.
Mhm.
And you were saying prior to trying fluid running, like you couldn't get your heart rate. It wasn't that hard. And then I say, I feel like most people, if they do try it on their own, and if you do Google aqua jogging, deep water running, most of the videos have people like kind of pulling their knees up to their chest and doing more like a marching motion. And I always say that's,
Mhm.
believe it or not, that's kind of easy, and here's why I say that, because if you're pushing up and down, the surface that you're pushing against waters is the plane of your foot, right? Which is what, 12
Mhm.
inches or whatever size of your foot. You're pushing that up and down. Where with fluid running, the way we teach it is your body is long and tall and your legs are doing, like
Mm.
I say, it's almost like a sweepy motion back and forth right underneath you. Your leg is, again, 3-4 feet long, moving back and forth against the resistance of the water. So that's actually so much harder the way that we teach it. That again,
Yeah.
that back forth motion, water's 800 times denser there. It's so much more challenging than the way most people um, think of it, which is that kind of that stompy motion. And so that's why it's
Mm.
hard to get your heart rate up, because that motion's just not that hard to do, to be honest with you. So
Right. So you can be
yeah,
just be floating even with a
yeah,
flotation device and
yep,
be, I felt like a duck when I began,
yeah,
like just like tick, 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 my
yeah.
feet moving a little bit, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
But so you're saying water's 800 times.
Mhm.
Can you say a little more about that and how that affects us, like being in water and
Oh,
running in
there's
water?
so don't I don't know. We need 3 hours to talk about. There's so much well to being in water, but yeah, in terms of there's so many. Let me just talk about some of the benefits, which is what
Yes.
because when I went and got certified, and I learned so much about water, I was like, wow, this is incredible. There's so much more to it than I thought. It was
Mm.
just a good workout that got your heart rate up and you could do when you're injured. I mean, that's kind of when I decided to go get certified. That's what I thought. But I learned so much more, and it's really cool. So first of all, yes, water is 800 times denser than air. So when you are running, and the way we teach it with fluid running, your body is
Mm.
vertical. And the cues, which you probably heard, is head high, chin in, shoulders back, belly to spine, legs right underneath you. Give me that good sweepy motion. So when you're running in that vertical position and your legs are moving back and forth, obviously your legs are getting this great workout, right? And again, with the
Mhm.
water being so much denser than air, it's so much harder sometimes in the workout to say it's almost like you're running through quicksand or jello or
Yeah.
something. It's harder. And to my athletes, I'll say it's almost like altitude training. When you're
Yeah.
out there and you're running through that density of that water. And I've heard this from so many runners that after they do a fluid running workout, then they go to run on land. They're like, oh my God, it was so easy. And I felt so
Yeah.
light and springy. I'm like, well, yeah, because your legs are running through air now. And your arms too. Your arms, the way we teach it is those arms are 90-degree angle swinging back and forth. And so your
Mm.
arms are getting an arm workout, right? So your arms are workout to stay in the upright position. Because I always say in the beginning of our live classes, like everyone just relax. If you just completely relax your body, you would kind of like flop forward, right? But the
Yeah.
way we teach it, head high, chin in, shoulders back, engage that belly. Your whole core is engaged the whole time you're working, and not just like tummy core. Your core is kind of your whole midsection, but your upper
Mhm.
body stabilizer muscles that keep you in good posture and support your spine, and your whole core is engaged. So that's all the like cool, like what's happening physiologically in terms of
Mhm.
strength and so forth. But here's actually one of the really cool parts is that hydrostatic pressure, which is that water pressure on your
Mhm.
body, is all around you. So it's a 360 pressure on your body. So actually, it's almost like you're getting a 360 workout because it's hitting you from all angles.
Yes.
But that water pressure, and I said, think of yourself as like a tube of toothpaste in the water. That water pressure is like pushing on your lower limbs, right? So, which is
Mm.
amazing if you do have a lower limb injury, which is a large amount of our clients have lower limb injuries. It's kind of compression, right? Compression. So it's pushing all that blood from your on your lower extremities, and it's actually pushing more blood up to your heart, which is so fascinating. There's so much information on
Oh.
um, stroke volume and so forth. It's like a crazy amount, like 3 times as much blood is pumping out of your heart, your heart per beat, um, than as on land.
Hello there, and thank you so much for stopping by this channel. I hope you find this content useful, and if you do, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It will really help me to reach to more people and keep this content going. Here we are journeying together, and let's see where this takes us.